Hello and welcome back. Court is back in session with your guy, Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Wonderful Sunday to you all. To everybody watching, I hope your day is going well. The Phoenix Suns, with a roster that included an all-star trio of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, were eliminated from postseason contention Wednesday night when they fell short. When they fell 125-122 to a shorthanded OKC Thunder squad for their 8th straight loss, all by double figures. Dare I say it, the Phoenix Suns have the worst big three in the league. It should be studied how big their downfall was. Can we all agree that this is one of the most disappointing and overhyped trios in NBA history? Year one, they got swept. Then year two, they missed the play-in entirely. The writing was on the wall. They were 25-25 at the deadline and are 10-20 since then with virtually the same roster. And look, there were plenty of signs that a collapse was coming. The late stretch in which they set a franchise record for the most consecutive double-digit losses, the worst they looked all year. Worst attempted big three, putting it politely. We saw some similar issues unfold with this team, and I think this team, looking at how their season completely unraveled, particularly late down the stretch, I think they reached their lowest point. We saw what's going on with this team. And looking at them on paper, they were supposed to be the next superstar trio. But that was just unrealistic. A piece of paper didn't tell the full story. Seeing it in real time did. We've witnessed a team that has been flawed since Durant, Booker, and Beal all joined up. A big three with obviously the wrong coaching staff, no point guard, and no rim protection. This franchise committed the worst botched job. I think this team was a little desperate, acted in desperation, put together this super team and thought it could work. Hey, let's put KD, Book, and Bill together and see what comes of it. That kind of deal, right? This turned out to be the single most disappointing season I think that any Suns fan has witnessed. And as we know all too well, a super team is based on star power. Star power doesn't necessarily mean wins. You can have all the talent in the world. That doesn't guarantee a championship. To a certain extent, it's tough to put 3 stars on one team and expect them to go deliver. Especially when your star players are literally the same player. Ball dominant scorers. If instead of that, let's just say one was a high volume scorer, the other a great passer and playmakers, and the other guy was a strong defensive linchpin, then they would have been a strong team. You got nothing from the KD trade. And if you're the Suns, you got to figure this thing out. And a lot of that is the mental place of where Durant is going to be emotionally and how you're going to handle some adversity. Durant gave up on the season when they tried to trade him to the Warriors. For sure, the Suns will trade Durant this offseason. No doubt about that. Again, a desperate move or a desperate trade that depleted the future. The massive trades that brought Durant and Beal to Phoenix have plunged the team into salary cap hell and emptied their bench. And now they have absolutely no future now because they gave up their draft capital. They're in a bad spot. And because of NBA salary cap rules, the Suns are above the second apron and can't easily move any of their big three without receiving players earning similar money in return. Bill, who is often injured, is almost unmovable. Trading for Bill was crazy overkill. It was not a good move. It showed from the time he got there. And unfortunately, we haven't seen a lot from Bradley Beal, who has played in only 105 games in his 2 seasons with the Suns because of injuries. I thought it was a curious move to begin with, and I always questioned the trade. I was like, you really don't need to plug in a guy like Bradley Beal to your offense. For one, he's injury prone. He's prone to injury. 2, he needs the ball in his hands. And lastly, he's the same type of player as Booker and Durant. So it really didn't make sense. And I just thought that was a bad move. And sure enough, that turned out to be true. It's almost impossible to move on from Bradley Beal when he has 2 seasons remaining on his contract at $53.7 million and a player option of $57.1 million. Add in the fact that he has a blanket no trade clause he refused to waive at the last deadline. Beyond that, Bill's agent is Mark Bartelstein, the father of Suns chief executive Josh Bartelstein. I don't think Bradley Beal is going anywhere anytime soon. You're stuck with him. I think that right now, your team is at a crossroads. No draft picks, disgruntled stars, worst contract in basketball history, lame duck coach, lack of continuity, failure to win road games, defense was bad. The utter lack of defensive intensity and taking pride in stopping people reared its ugly head all season. Budenholzer, the coach who is also partially to blame for what went wrong with this team, scrambled his rotations so damn much. The one thing that was throwing off their chemistry and just throwing them off completely was changing the lineups every game. It just felt as if nobody had played with a comfortable and consistent lineup. And when you have an apparent coaching problem that manifested itself before the trade deadline, and when you don't have leaders that are your stars, then yeah, it will go sideways. And that's what happened. Under new ownership, Phoenix rushed into 2 trades that largely limited the roster. 4 years ago, the Suns were 2 wins away from their first title. Chris Paul and the entire young core around Devin Booker are gone, while also not controlling their own first-round picks until 2032. They gave up the whole damn team for Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal just for them to give the Suns nothing and miss the damn playoffs. And for what? Since then, they haven't had a bench. There's been a lack of depth. You need depth to provide utility outside of your stars. And the Suns don't have that after giving away everybody in a trade just to get 2 big-name stars who haven't done anything. Aggressive moves ruined Phoenix's immediate future. On paper, they were stacked and looked like a championship team. Duh, obviously. But you can never know a team's true identity or strengths by simply just looking at a sheet of paper. With your best players, you miss the playoffs altogether. The most expensive roster in NBA history won't even be making the play-in tournament. That's insane. They couldn't even make the play-in. That's insane because when you look at their roster, they should have at least made the play-in. Months ago, though, like I said, the writing was on the wall. Last year was bad, but the rabbit hole got deeper. And looking at this current team, it's not a title team. The current roster is a lottery team. I think a lot of people really thought they would win something with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. There is 0% chance Kevin Durant is back with this team next year. 0%. I think they're going to trade Kevin Durant. There's a 90% chance they're going to trade Kevin Durant. And Durant's departure could signal a shift in power dynamics across the league, with the team in need of a change given the roster's old age and large money tied up. I think you have to move on from Durant and Beal. The Suns' big three failed. You tried it, the experiment didn't work, so now it's time to break up this core. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate the love and support. You guys are awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel and keeping up with the content. Before I go, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like and share the video. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk again very soon. Take care, everyone.